Welcome to this episode of the off season. I'm your host, Grant Sorensen. We call it the off season because our main TV schedule, our main TV season is done. Now it's our time to have fun, spread our legs, fish a ton of different areas throughout the summertime, a little more informal video work, less professional, more fun. And we are here having a blast today on Lake Superior, catching, jigging for lake trout. But yeah, we're gonna have a two-part video. The first part is gonna be trolling. Second video is gonna be jigging with lightweight walleye gear. It's a blast. Stick with us. It's gonna be a good one. Welcome to the off season. We are out here on Lake Superior. It is a beautiful day here in very early July, and it is freezing. Our water temps right now 39 degrees. It's cold out here. My hands are numb, but hopefully the sun's gonna warm up and hopefully the fish are gonna warm us up as well. Our plan for today is to eventually jig and cast. However, first we are fishing some structure that we have not fished before. So what we're gonna do initially is troll, and we're gonna put down some downriggers, put out some planer boards and troll. And we have our Lowrance HDS unit set up with the Genesis Live, so it's going to create our own contour map. And throughout the morning here, as we troll around, we're going to create a structure map, and it's going to pinpoint shallow shelves and underwater points, and we're going to have a great awesome contour map that we can then go back to and jig and cast for lake trout. So you got to put in some time with it, so that's why we're going to troll, because we want a good foundation, a good solid base of contours so we know what to go off of. What we're fishing here is not on the map, so we're going to make our own map. We're going to be the only ones that have this map, and it is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good day. Stick with us. Here we go. Go wrong with white. Day in and day out, a spoon that's white, a little contrasting color on there, whether it's red or bright green or orange. That's a go-to lure. And right now we're just letting our downriggers back about 50 feet behind the ball. I think that's just a good standard length, 40 to 50 feet. It doesn't have to be exact. There's going to be no difference in results between 40 feet and 50 feet. So just throw it back there a little ways, get it behind that ball a little ways, clip it on, send it down, hopefully fish on. And a good tip too is to, if you're using braided line for your backing, wrap that line around your clip once or twice, prevent slippage. If you just put it in there normally, it's going to slip through the clips easily, so just wrap it once or twice and you're good to go. If you're using mono, you don't have to worry about that. But how deep are we? That looks like a fish. Yeah, that's a fish. Unbelievable. That is awesome. That is wicked cool. We didn't even have our third line out and we are hooked up. It doesn't feel that big, but I don't care. That's unbelievable. Awesome. Oh no, double. There's this one, there's one on there too. We got a double. We got a double. That's madness. I'm gonna see how this one feels. See which one feels bigger here. They both got a little pep in their step. This guy's feeling bigger. I'm gonna do the old swap-a-roo because this guy's feeling a little bit bigger here. Madness. What in the world? What are the chances? 2 minutes of fishing. As soon as our boat hit 80 feet of water, doubles. I love it out here, man. You just never know what can happen. It's totally the unknown, unexpected. Just, you never know what can happen out here. Oh, look at this fish. Oh my goodness, is that pretty. Wait, you guys, look at this fish. Oh my. Oh my, look at the fins. Look at the fins on that thing. Look at that fish. That is the coolest lake trout I have caught in a long time. I would consider this kind of one of those humper lake trouts. You know, they live on these small humps in Lake Superior their whole life. They don't get very big, but they are just full of character. That is wicked cool. Let's get her back. We have another one on. There she goes. Let's see what we got here. I can't believe that. Humpers are like the coolest subspecies of lake trout because they don't get big, but they're just full of character, and they live on small little isolated humps out here on Lake Superior. Look at this one. Look at that. They are just full of character. They have super skinny tails and a little bit bigger heads, but they're all small. Like, this is as big as a lot of them get, just because their diet doesn't consist of smelt or herring or whitefish. They're eating sculpins and, you know, vertebrae or like insects on the bottom. Look at those fish. That is how you start a day out here on Lake Superior in a spot that you've never fished before.
When we care about something, it shows. To help protect these things, call on the knowledge and experience of a local independent insurance agent that you know and trust. Some things we just can't afford to lose, and that is why we exist, because the worst brings out our best. Holden Insurance, Duluth and Superior.
Now right here is where we got that fish. You can see that, you know, it comes up out of deep water, and we came up and hit like 80 some feet. It wasn't extremely shallow, but it was a rise out of deeper water. And it's cool to look back on those contours. So like now, if you wanted to go back and jig, we literally could go right back where we got those fish on our downriggers. We know exactly what the contours look like, and we have that map. So this is a crazy, invaluable tool. I mean, it makes it super nice, especially out here on Lake Superior, where most things are not graphed properly, or even graphed at all.
Oh, there's a fish. I swear, as soon as we get these down, it's within seconds that we get a fish on. I'm sure this one will get bit sometime soon here. It's gonna be the same size as Grant's for sure. It's nothing huge, but that's why we're trying to troll and stuff before we jig and cast. Yep, so, oh, it's like clockwork. See what this one looks like. Oh, pretty. Wow. Look at the fins, the white tipped fins. Woo! That is a pretty fish. Wow. Come here, buddy. Oh man. Those fins are crazy. Look at that fish. I love those fins when they're tipped white like that. It's so cool. Every single one is so unique. You never catch one that's exactly the same. It's so captivating out here. We'll get that one back and see what's on this other line. Well, here's the second one off the other downrigger. Literally the first 4 fish we caught today, and this is the 4th one, have been doubles. All of them unique in their own way. Oyster. Crazy how beautiful these things are. And they do not want to stop moving, as you can see when you get them on the boat. They want to keep moving constantly. But yeah, just like the other ones, super beautiful fish.
Well, there's fish here. That's incredible. We can't even keep our lines in the water, which is a good sign. Which is a good sign. So with these smaller fish like this, it's very, very typical to catch fish that size on humps. So smaller humps, essentially what these fish do is they live on these humps their whole life. They're not going to get very big. There could be bigger fish on the perimeters. They're on the outskirts of these humps, but your small humps, usually your fish right on bottom are going to be smaller. And that's okay, you know. That's what we came out here to catch today, so we are perfectly happy with it, and they are absolutely beautiful fish. But with those smaller fish, you have to be a little bit more technical in your gear or in the way that you set your downriggers. Because, as a lot of you know who fish out here, small fish are notorious for hitting the downrigger rod and staying on there the whole day until you go home and you release your downrigger rod and oh, you got a fish that's been drowning for about 8 hours on the end of the line. So to compensate for that, what you can do is use number one, a lighter weight rod. These are the 7'6" St. Croix Icons. It's a great rod that can handle big fish. However, you get a really fun fight out of them as they are a little bit lighter style. But number two is use a braided line, because with monofilament, there's too much stretch. When a small fish hits you, the fish, it's not going to release from your clip. The fish is going to be shaking. The mono is going to be absorbing all that shock. Your rod tip's not going to move. With braided line, you have a direct connection down to the downrigger ball. There's stretch. Whenever that fish moves, you're going to see that in the rod tip. So, you know, with smaller fish, or if you're fishing around humps or whatever, if there's smaller fish in the area, use a lighter weight rod with braided line, and you're going to see every fish that hits you. All right, we're getting hit right here. You can see this rod tip kind of shake and go down right there. With mono, you're not going to see that, so I'm just going to set it. I'm not setting the hook on the fish there, I'm just snapping it out of that clip and it's fish on. So, you know, with monofilament line, you're never going to see that. This fish is going to be dragging on your downrigger all day long until you check it or until you go home, and you're going to wonder why you never got bit. Well, you did about 8 hours ago, but you just didn't notice it. So braided line, lighter weight rods. Our lures can't stay in the water more than 20 seconds. It's incredible. Look at this one. Look at this one. That is an absolute thing of beauty. Look at this top fin, how big they are. What a pretty, pretty fish. I love it. Look at that. How awesome is that, guys? I love these lake trout. There we go. Beautiful lake trout on a beautiful July morning. Wow.
Oh, there's a fish. There he is. It doesn't seem small. We're sitting here thinking we're just gonna catch a bunch of small ones, but we want that surprise big one. They're out here. I mean, this is not like the fish we've been catching, that's for sure. This is awesome. What a surprise. It did hit it a little bit harder, I noticed too. Oh, here we go. There's that green line. We're gonna see it soon. It is like pulling a log right now. This might be the perfect one to use our new net. Oh, that's good.
I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh.
Is that a big one?
I mean, it's pretty good. It's not bad. That's a good size.
Yeah, that's a nice fish.
Yeah.
We'll grab the RS Nets Kelly Island here.
I'm gonna walk back here.
A bit farther. Got him.
Nice.
That's a nice fish, man.
There we go.
That's a heavy fish.
What a surprise, huh?
Fills up that Kelly Island.
Jeez.
RS Nets. Good quality nets. That's a nice fish. That's a good quality fish, man.
Yeah, that's what we were looking for.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Let's take a look at her.
Oh my gosh.
Go.
Yeah, that is a great quality fish there. Went from catching like little 3, 4, 5 pounders to this nice one here. Holy smokes. Seems like the bigger they get too, the colors kind of fade a little bit. Those smaller ones might be a different species, but all right, let's let this one go.
Boom. Bye, Felicia. All right, this here is the Versatrol. It's essentially a device that you can put your line through, attach it to your downrigger, and you can sit there and jig your bait. You can make your spoon speed up, slow down. You can change the lead length behind your downrigger ball without bringing your downrigger up, simply by opening the bail on your reel. So today we don't have to worry about this too much, but for inactive fish or fish that are maybe a little more pressured or are a little more negative, run this through your line, sit there, and you can jig your rod. Get that spoon to speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down, trigger that strike. This is kind of the first device that we've come across that you can alter the speed and lead length of your spoon on a downrigger without bringing up your downrigger. So it's a pretty cool device. We're gonna put it on the downrigger and see how long it takes to get hit. I'm guessing it's gonna trigger a strike faster than the downrigger with the spoon that's going at a steady, consistent speed. So let's put this down there, let's jig it and see if it gets hit. All right, so what we're gonna do is let out all of our lines. So you guys that follow us quite often, we run a monofilament leader and then braid backing. So this is my braid. So I'm to my braid. So the spoon's probably 50, 60 feet behind the boat. I'm gonna take my Versatrol and kind of angle this nose so it's pointed towards me. And all you do is simply slide the line in there, turn it, and you're good. So now we're gonna attach this to our downrigger ball, and the line moves freely through here. So we can jig this line and trigger bites on our downrigger. So we're gonna attach this to our downrigger ball, and then when this gets hit, this simply releases from your downrigger and it's fish on. This is gonna slide down until it hits the barrel swivel. It's about 5 feet above our lure, and it's game on. So let's get this down there. Jig, jig, jig. Come on, fish. Right there, I felt them hit. Release. No way. On the Versatrol. Yes. It feels like a decent fish. I felt that thing hit. You know, this product works best with braided line, like a 20, 25 pound braid, and that's exactly what we use on our downrigger rods. And with that Versatrol, I felt the fish hit, it released out of that downrigger clip, and then the Versatrol just slides down your line, and you want to put a barrel swivel about 5 feet up, or 4 feet above your spoon. I do that anyways for line twist. And then it's just gonna slide down and hit that barrel swivel and stop. It's not gonna go down and hit the fish and knock the fish off or anything like that. So that's fun, just sitting there jigging it, just like you're like speed jigging, but you're controlling that spoon on the downrigger. And look at here. That's a pretty fish. Look at that. So again, my Versatrol right here, it stopped at my barrel swivel. It slid down the line, stopped there, and it's fish on. Look at that lake trout. Nice, what a beautiful fish. All right, we're putting the trolling gear away because we've put a lot of fish in the boat. However, we have some very, very high percentage areas identified on our contour map on the Genesis Live that our Lowrance HDS-12 unit is creating for us. So areas where steep ledges coming out of 200 or 300 feet up to like 50, 60 feet of water, we're gonna pitch jigs down on that with, we're gonna try spinning gear. We have some little bit heavier bait casting gear if we need to get even deeper, but we're hoping to be able to catch these fish on spinning rods. But it's just so nice having your own contour map. You can really, go back and how that area fishes. You don't wanna, you can sneak up on it, go downwind of it, work up into the wind on it. You're not gonna spook those fish, make long casts. We know exactly where that shallower water is. Let's get this trolling gear in the boat, get the jigging rods out, and see a lot more fish.